Hi, in this video, we will see a demo of Appsona's batch gift entry tool. You will see how to add a new batch, add entries to the batch, and commit the batch. Once you install Appsona's batch gift entry package, batches will show up as a tab within Appsona for Salesforce. When you click on it, you will see the console view with the list pane on the left, which has the batch names, the status, and the created date of the batches. If you click on a batch record, you will see details of the record on the right, the batch name, the total amount, the number of entries to the batch, the status of the batch, and the batch number. A committed batch cannot be edited. At the bottom in the child view or child pane, you can see the entries to the batch. This batch had 2 items, and both the entries show up here in the child tab. You can make a quick filter to see all your open tabs, open batches as well. So if you say, give me all the open batches and click search, you get all the open batches. Let's click on one of the open status batches. And the details to the batch open up on the right. So this has $4,000 as amount with a total of 2 entries. Since no entries have been added, the child tab is empty. You can always come back at any time and add entries to this batch and commit them. So let's add a new batch by clicking the add button, and the batch editor opens up. We start by giving the batch a name. Let's call it May 16th to May 31st entries. And the total amount for this batch is $2,000. Total items 2. And this is the batch template, the fields for the batch. So the fields on the left are all the fields in the donation and payment objects. And to include fields for the template, all you have to do is check on a field. So let's choose payment type, and you see payment type on the right now. So you can, let's add lead source, and you also now see the fields on the right. All the fields on the right will show up while entering the entries for this batch. You can rearrange fields by dragging and dropping them. And you can also have default values for this batch. So I'm going to add lead source as other, the payment type as check, stage to be posted, and close date to be today. So as I said, you can rearrange fields by dragging and dropping them. However, when you start adding the entries, the first field will always be the record type field. And this is because the values you will see in a pick list field will be those pertaining to the selected record type. So now we've added our fields for the template and given it default values. So let's save this template. And the new batch is highlighted, and it says the total amount was 2,000 with the total items of 2, as we had said. So now let's start adding entries. We click the add entries button, and this is the template. And I have 2 checks here. The first one is for record type grant, and let me tab now to contact. That contact is David Adams, and let me see if he exists in the database. So I type in David and I search, and he exists in the database. So I'm going to click on his name, and it gets pre-filled. And let me tab out to amount. The amount is 1,000 for this grant. And as you can see, I don't have to do anything for close date and stage, and I can just tab over to payments. And let me search if he has any existing payments, and I think he has. And this is the payment I'm looking for. So I just click on it. And all the payments which have a probability of 50% and above will show up when you do a search. And so the payment type is check, and all I have to do is save this entry, and one entry done already. And here it picked it up. Items entered 1 of 2, total entered 1000 of 2000. Now I'm looking at my second check, and the payment is for $1,200, and I had said the total amount is 2000. So what I have to do is go back to the batch list, and let me edit the total amount and say 2200 and save this. Now I go back to add entries, and this time the record type for this is donation, and I go to contact, and I need to search for Macy, and let me see if she exists in the database. She doesn't, so I have to add her. So I click on the new button and I say enter, and let's add her. And I'll do the rest later. So Macy James has been added, and she has given a check for 1200. And let me tab back. And since she is new, she will have no payments, and I'm done, and I'm going to save this. So my entries are done. The amount is 2200, record types grant and donation. The payment number for David Adams was picked up, and Macy James is a new contact, so she will get a new payment number. And everything seems to be okay, and so I'm ready to commit this batch. So I click the commit button. And now it says committing will create the necessary donation and payment records and lock this batch. And I just say okay. And the batch is getting committed. And we're back to the main page. And the highlighted batch says committed. The status is committed. And you see the two entries here in the child tabs. So let's go and look at the opportunity for Macy James, the new opportunity which was created. And as you can see, the account has been linked, and if you look at contact roles, you see the role was donor and the primary has been checked. So here you saw that the tool adds to all the 4 NPSP objects, the contact, the opportunity, the payment, and the contact role all in one screen. So that's how you add a batch and commit a batch with Apsona's batch gift entry tool. For more details on this tool, please send us an email to support@apsona.com. And thank you for watching.